We're live. Welcome to episode 28 of Unwanted Opinions. Why are you already laughing? I'm your host, Matt, with your co-host, filling in for Justin. We got Jesse James in the combat seat.
Whoop, whoop.
Hey,
and
Jesse, sit up.
Yeah, there you go. Filling in for Jesse. Are you going to introduce yourself?
Yeah, it's Johnny. Good morning.
We have Johnny back, and I said I wasn't going to forget his name, and I didn't.
Johnny back.
Yeah. And then we got executive producer Dave Miller over here, broadcasting live from Workspace Collective, episode 28. Here we go. Circus Master's away, so it's the clowns are out. JT is gone this week. He is at his river retreat, aligning his chakras, doing naked yoga. So
I saw him catch a bass, I think, too.
Yes.
Naked?
Mm-hmm.
I hope so.
Nice.
Yeah, there's
I think
a
he's lured him
method
in.
for that.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
It's the bait.
This is a smallmouth bass.
Incredibly smallmouth bass.
I already feel bad for making fun of him because he's not here. Anyway, thank you for joining us, guys. It's good to mix it up.
Yeah, it feels good.
Dave came in here with some crazy energy. That man was jumping around like absolute bonkers, and I feel bad for giving him a Celsius now because
He didn't need it.
he didn't need it.
He showed up Celsius-eyed.
He did show up Celsius.
Celsius.
They put crack in these things, I'm pretty sure. So, you mentioned it right before we went on, and I just can't stop thinking about it now. But you said YouTube is mainstream.
Yeah, so that's their new marketing campaign.
Oh, that's official YouTube.
Yes, YouTube has claimed YouTube is mainstream. But it's interesting seeing numbers because if you look at viewership on YouTube,
Yeah.
it crushes any of our mainstream media outlets that we consider mainstream.
Yeah,
And they're finally embracing it. Like, listen, guys, it's time we bring this up.
I thought, I don't know. Like, YouTube's always just kind of been there, so I figured everyone knew that. Was, like, YouTube, like, against saying it's mainstream? Like, we're just a video player.
I think they were just waiting on someone else to do it.
Okay.
And mainstream media, as we know it,
Yeah.
traditional media, has been so steady on, like, no, we are still the guys. And it's just YouTube's finally like, listen, it's our time. Let's
for
take
sure.
this to the forefront.
Yeah, I mean, I have YouTube comes on your phone now, not ABC.
Yep.
Well, that was my problem with streaming, though. It's just like, ABC, I don't want your streaming app. NBC, I don't want your streaming app.
Yeah, just watch
all the alphabet channels. I look at them as like, like the old timers, like just desperately trying to like grab at all the new stuff. And we're like, nah, man, you had your time on basic cable and y'all kind of blew it. So like let Netflix and YouTube and like the streaming platforms like do what they do because they kind of like pioneered a lot of that. So
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like it's a money grab for the alphabet networks to have. I mean, it makes sense to have a streaming platform, but yeah, I don't want to watch that there.
No.
I don't.
Well, it's cool, like, seeing the creators, on YouTube. Like, comedians are huge on YouTube specials right now. That's where they're releasing their stuff.
Really?
Yeah, and they have the power to put it out. They have the power to even just see what it is. I was listening to a podcast the other day, and Brendan Schwab was on there, and he was saying that he did a deal with Showtime for a special, and he has no idea how many views it got, how many people saw it, what its reach was. But he's like, I'm putting my next one out on YouTube. I'll know within an hour how many people saw it.
And he can go look at it personally on his own. Doesn't have to rely.
I didn't even think about that, like the benefits from content creation.
There's no, he just puts it out and he gets what comes back from it.
Because he's getting ad revenue.
Exactly.
Oh, gotcha. So like it's like incentivized, like the better you are, the more. Okay. Well, that makes sense because like with imagine like a Netflix special, like they're just striking a deal and being like, hey.
Yeah.
Right.
This is how much you're getting, regardless of, I mean, but like in a sense, like if you bomb though, like you're still getting paid, right?
There is some security in that, for sure.
But at the same time, like if you go above and beyond and you absolutely kill it, you're like, man, that $2 million special should have been a $4 million
and they may
special.
not even tell you.
They won't tell you. They'll come back and they'll be like, hey, we'll pay you $3 million for this next one.
They say, man, our numbers weren't quite what we expected.
Right.
It'll show up in the trending maybe, but you'll have no idea what actually.
I'm on the wrong part of YouTube, I feel like, because like I didn't know like comedians were putting out like full length specials on there for free, and like we have YouTube Premium in the house. Like, can't do the commercials.
Yeah.
I mean, I work hard to pay that
Jeez.
$9 a month or $6, whatever it is.
Yep.
Do you not have YouTube Premium though?
I don't. I feel like I should now, though.
Splurge.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Just
It's
watch
so
the
much
ads.
better without advertisements because you can, like, I don't know. I got the attention span of a fly.
Yeah.
So I'll go on there and like I'll watch like 2 minutes of a YouTube video and then just go to another one if it doesn't like immediately like.
See, the ads bring me back. I get kind of like zoned out for a second.
Okay.
And then that ad wakes me up, and I'm 5 seconds in. I skip it. I'm right back in.
Yeah.
Whatever I'm watching.
Maybe it's just like, I just spent all this time watching this ad, so I got to commit to watch this whole
Exactly.
video.
Yep,
Whereas
yeah,
me without
back in.
ads, it's just like, unbridled ADHD mind of just like video, and I'm just jumping around from one to the other.
I mean,
but-
for years, my YouTube algorithm has strictly been like car fixing and a couple of home projects.
Yeah.
And then like just a comedian somewhere tucked in there. And now it's shifting because I'm using it more.
It's I've
it's
worked
actually
hard.
entertainment.
Yeah, I was gonna say my wife and I were like, it's technically her YouTube Premium, but
There it
and it's on the on the TV. We both pay for
It's a
it.
shared account.
But it's like for the longest time, like I've been slowly ruining her algorithm
100%.
because it's like I don't watch what she watches, and it's like no offense, Lauren, like she's watching like baby stuff. It's boring,
Yeah.
and
Child development
fitness
videos.
stuff, and I'm like, no, I'm watching like primitive. I've been on the primitive home building,
Okay.
like those Southeast Asian YouTube channels
Carving-
where like this, like
carving
there's
stuff
like
out of
this like
clay?
lady, yeah, it's like this woman. She's like, I don't know, probably like our age. This woman goes out there and in like 100 days builds like 4 2-story stilt houses with literally just some like weird looking machete. It is mind boggling.
That is mind-boggling.
Well, I feel absolutely useless as a person
Yeah.
because like I watch someone go out there like she doesn't have rope, nails, hammer, nothing. She has like this machete, like this long-handled machete, and she's like making nails, and she's like literally using vine as rope, all of that stuff. And I'm like, I could maybe build a shelter if I needed to, but like I couldn't build like a 2-story something.
Yeah, I bet she's not uploading those YouTube videos though.
Well, that's
She
the
probably
thing
has
though.
no concept of modern technology.
Well,
That's what got me
someone's
thinking,
filming
though.
her.
That's
Yeah.
what got me thinking, though. Is like it's really good footage. It's like high def. Dave is dancing very seductively in the background. It's like really good footage, and there's like ton of different angles, and it's like edited and like sped up. And so I thought about that when I was like watching it last night because it went from her video into like another one of like primitive technology, and I'm like, I started feeling bad because I'm like, I wonder if they're being taken advantage of.
Yeah.
Like if they're like, because the one video I was watching had over 2.5 million views on it.
Yeah, do you think they're getting the...
They just bring her a new machete every couple of weeks.
Well, that's
You're doing
that's
so well,
that's what I
thank
was
you.
thinking about. I was
Yeah.
like, I think they're in like Cambodia or something like that. It's definitely like Southeast Asia, like somewhere maybe South Pacific. I don't know. But yeah, somewhere in
That's a
that
good
area.
guess.
But these videos, like I thought maybe tens of thousands, 100,000. But I look at it and I'm like, some of these had like definitely hundreds of thousands or millions of views. And I'm just like, I can't imagine, like you said, like the ad revenue from that.
Yeah, somebody's getting paid.
Yeah.
And that's
not
a
her,
lot of
she's
money.
digging
And
dirt
I'm like,
still.
they like materialistic wise, they don't even have shoes on. So I'm just like, who's filming this, editing this? I swear it's like drone shots, like GoPro shots, like all these different shots, but you never see a camera or a tripod.
Well, then that's a well-shot video because you're not supposed to see those.
No, but someone's running around there as they're building this. Yeah, but like I guess what I'm getting at is if you've ever seen one, they're like all the angles, like there's like an angle from it's all over the place. So someone is like in the background running around, like setting this stuff up, tearing it down, and like resetting it up.
But what's stopping you from doing it? You could go in your backyard, set up 5 GoPros, take your shirt off, and go and set up a time lapse and do the same thing.
Only
Ooh,
Matt.com.
We don't have clay though.
that was my
You're
next
digging in
thing,
a
which
lot of
I'm
sand.
like, this would never work in Florida because we don't have clay and our vines don't work like ropes. Like everything is held together with vines, and she just goes out and pulls vines off a tree, and like that's rope.
I think we should do a gorilla one and see how many viewers we can get. We'd probably be pretty well.
Florida man, primitive technology, and like it'll be just like an absolute like shit show. Like
yeah,
like
that-
the
it's
the,
fall
the,
apart.
structure
I
is
love
gonna
it.
collapse on us.
Somebody's gonna get hurt.
It'll end up
Yeah.
being a tarp.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure. Dude, I see those.
Freaking White Claws.
I see those.
Yeah,
the whole
right?
drive here. There's so many Florida.
All right, we
primitive
need to do
man
that.
sites.
Like we hiked 4 miles one way to go cook breakfast. I mean, we just next time we do that, like maybe not hike as long, but like we need to just go build a primitive shelter and film.
Let's do
You
it.
want to run a camera?
Yeah,
You
I'll
wanna
bring
run a
one.
Oh
camera?
man,
You can dig.
I'll take
I
it.
have
Yeah,
zero
you can dig.
ability. Yeah, digging that sand's gonna be fun. Like 3 hours later,
I
and
say
it's
we
like a
just go
6
up
inch.
with trees. Let's just go vertical
We're
instead
gonna
of down.
Yeah, we're gonna have to go vertical. But We should do that. It should be Florida Man, Primitive Technologies, and we build Florida
What are you gonna
structures.
build the walls out of?
Somebody write that down.
Dude.
Let's not get started on build the wall talk.
It's too
Cinco de
early.
Mayo was
for build
yesterday,
the
bro.
wall talk.
Come on.
I mean, it'd be the same. It'd be spotty and have giant
Yeah.
holes
It
everywhere,
would
you
work
know,
just as well.
easily climbable.
Yep.
So we'll have a lot of similarities there.
Let's build a still house.
Let's do it.
I feel like it's a lot more work than they make it seem.
It's going to be the bunk bed scene from Step Brothers.
Yes.
Somebody's going to be
Absolutely.
pinned underneath this whole thing with us freaking out.
100%.
Forest Ranger's going to have to come rescue us.
Oh, wow. I didn't even
Dave's
think
going
about
to
that.
fly the drone to safety and just have them follow it back.
Hey, as long as we see fighter jets again, I'm good.
Dude.
Yeah.
That's still one of the highlights of any of my time spent in the forest is the fighter jets
Yeah.
flying 10 feet over our
Just to
head.
recap, when we hiked out to cook breakfast in the Juniper Prairie Wilderness, we were like, barnstormed more or less by like 2 fighter jets flying outrageously low, and it was the coolest thing. I swear it was because Dave had his drone out.
I think so.
They were coming in to see what
Yeah.
that bogey was.
For sure. There was a blip on the radar. They had to come check it out. They saw some idiots in a puddle swimming, pretty much.
Fun little blip.
I can only imagine like CIA somewhere is like enhance, and it's like the camera's zooming in and like
D-hands, D-hands.
we're just laying there in that mud puddle,
Yeah.
shirtless, and they're like, nah.
It's Tyler cooking eggs. They're like,
Back it
"Oh,
out."
Get out of here.
Yeah,
Who put
right.
that many eggs in that
Oh,
breakfast?
shut up, guys. Shut up. Just let me know next time you're trying to save the eggs for a photo shoot. I was hungry.
It's delicious. You nailed it.
We're gonna film the next one. It should be filmed. I think people would like that.
I
And let
agree
people
with that
know.
wholeheartedly.
And we'll put it on the mainstream YouTube. I hope someone shared this
Upload
video.
it straight to the mainstream.
I shared it.
Good.
Thanks.
Yeah, we're gonna do that
job.
music intro soon so we can upload it.
Yeah, we're in the process of making the song. Did you get your verse though?
Oh, I need the beat first.
Okay, that makes sense.
I thought we were like gospel singing, but we're rapping now.
Acapella.
Justin just chimed in. We
What?
were just talking about that breakfast.
Yeah, we were.
Wait, just now, yeah.
Yeah.
Not even a moment
we
ago.
literally just spoke about that.
He acts like he's here even if he's not here. He is literally supposed to be unplugged at his yoga retreat, so I don't know what the heck he's doing on Facebook
Is that
right
a
now.
Yogurt retreat?
Yogurt retreat.
Nice.
Yeah.
Put it on the bottom.
Wouldn't you go to one of those?
I hope so.
Wow.
All right.
Oh my goodness. Wow, that's enough jokes on him. So, and then the next one we want to talk about though
Only
is
a misdemeanor.
only a misdemeanor.
Jesse, you got to put the mic closer.
Yeah, so there's
Misdemeanor.
that came up because I don't know, maybe it's just me, but like I hear something like someone does something illegal
Yes.
and they're like, oh, they got charged with a misdemeanor. I'm like, oh, like if it's not a felony, I feel like it's just kind of like, and maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like it's just a slap on the wrist,
I think you're
right?
in today's society. I think you're right. I don't know. It just seems like a misdemeanor is a process at this point. Maybe I haven't done time for a misdemeanor myself, so maybe it really sucks.
Yeah,
I don't
so
know, like
so like
that
mine
might be terrible.
So yeah, mine like I had a second degree misdemeanor for driving a motorcycle without endorsement when I was like a teenager, you know, and that's how I got my motorcycle license. Because,
Sponsorship?
huh?
Like a sponsorship?
No, that's what they call like your license.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So it was one of those things where it was just like a notice to appear, but still, and you know, so ever since then with my own experience, I was just like, yeah, it's just like a slap on the wrist. But I don't know if there's like levels of them. Like, oh no, that's a serious one.
I don't know. Just the
But-
name sounds goofy enough.
But I read there was a guy at O'Hare Airport, and the plane lands, and he opens the emergency exit, walks out onto the wing, and opens up the giant inflatable slide, and then uses it.
Oh, how fun.
Exactly.
So that's only a misdemeanor. I was gonna say.
That's only he got.
They just
He got
opened the window.
Yes, and the article I was reading, it was just like, and then he was charged with like some kind of misdemeanor, and I'm like, that's it. That dude
Worth it.
bet that
I
dude
bet.
had to poop.
If hey,
That's my like because like it's a very short article because I feel like it just happened, but I'm like, I feel like we've all been there. And that dude weighed his options. He's like, we're taxiing, we're waiting. I'm clenching. Like, I either go in this seat or I go down that wing slide. And I feel like he made the right choice.
he was
Yeah,
probably
absolutely.
just sick of the people that stand up right when you land.
Oh.
He
They're
was
the
like,
worst.
I'm not dealing with this. And just
What about the ones that stand, like, and I can't just because I'm too tall, but the ones that stand up when they're like outboard, you know, like in the window or middle. And so then they stand like this. And then they're
Why
too
do
proud.
it?
And then they're too proud to sit back down. So they just like awkwardly stand there, all like, bent to the side.
Right. Like the seat, the flight wasn't bad enough. All cooped up in this little seat. Now you want to stand there for 30 minutes.
His name is Randy DeVilla. He's 57 years old, out of California.
Maybe that's some
It
bucket
doesn't say
list
anything
stuff.
about pooping.
Well, of course they're not going to put that in mainstream media, Dave.
You got to find the
57,
poop story on
he
YouTube.
doesn't
You just think because he's 57, he's got a pair of Depends on, he's just going to go in his britches?
Depends.
But yeah, like knowing that that's only a misdemeanor, I think
It's
people
probably a
are
felony.
going to be ripping that slide out all the time now.
I feel like it's probably a felony if you're in the air.
Well, that's on you. If you make it to the bottom, I think you're okay though. Like once you touch ground, you're safe again.
What a wild slide ride that would
in the air, on the ground.
be. In the air.
Yeah, you're dead.
I mean, it'd take a minute, but
Yeah, it would take a minute as long as it took for you to, I guess it depends on how high you are.
Right.
And how, off the ground you are.
isn't that how high you are?
Depends on who you talk to.
There are levels to it.
Well, you can fall 33,000 feet as a human and still live.
Oh yeah,
Someone's done that.
really?
Yeah, a woman fell 33,000 feet out of the air
Google that shit.
and lived. So that she set the record for the highest fall. I think she landed in snow. But did you check it?
Count.
You're gonna Wile E. Coyote right through that snow. You're gonna see the imprint of where your body is. He pulled it up. I see Wikipedia right now.
But how do you fall? Do you dive? Do you fall
Out of an
flat?
airplane,
Do you
obviously,
belly flop?
Dave.
Like, what's the safest way?
Oh, cannonball.
Cannonball?
I mean, I don't know.
Crush your face.
Yeah, I would say you would want to spread out. Yeah.
Here's my thing: is
right.
I've never been skydiving, so this is skydiving without a parachute, so you know what's coming up at the end. I don't think she thought she was going to survive. I don't even know if she was conscious. But I don't know. Can you maneuver yourself into a position
To slow yourself? I would
to
imagine so.
if you
She,
are saying
grabbed the
I'm
bottom of her
falling?
t-shirt and just spread it out as far as she could. Just,
Can you show us that one more time? How do you do that? Just
He makes a squirrel suit.
yeah.
shirt's too tight.
Sorry, I didn't wear my parachute shirt today.
Yeah.
She was the sole survivor after a briefcase bomb exploded in the baggage compartment of a flight.
Oh, she put it on there. This is some espionage stuff.
Yeah.
I did not know about the
We found the
briefcase bomb,
suspect,
but that
yeah.
made it that much more
Found the
interesting.
suspect.
Suffered a fractured skull, 3 broken vertebrae, broken legs, broken ribs, and a fractured pelvis. I mean,
Is
What
that
was
straight
left?
off?
Okay,
Yeah.
she about broke everything
Yeah,
though.
what was left?
The only thing she didn't break were her arms somehow.
She must have landed on her back with them stuck up.
She landed on her legs, dude. If she broke legs, pelvis, and her spinal, then she went leg first. That's my guess. 33,000 feet though. Tell me I'm wrong.
you ain't. That is.
Damn.
Yeah,
the most
right.
random fact you've ever
Could
produced.
you imagine?
How have y'all not known that? That's one of those
It's the mainstream media's fault. That didn't
not
make
telling
it,
you that?
That didn't make it to my ABC app.
I hope
That's
you
for
don't have
sure.
an ABC
I
app.
don't.
Okay.
They should make a movie about this.
Well, they can't because it's still a clandestine mission.
It'd be like a 4-minute movie.
Is that how long it takes you to fall?
From that height, I think so.
Credits open, bomb blows up, and then it's just
Yeah.
her falling.
Could you imagine
Ow.
how long of a 4 minutes that would be?
Oh my god. You probably do your taxes in that amount of time. Just thinking, I forgot to write that off.
Well, speaking of taxes,
6.3 miles.
that's how long that is?
Yeah.
33,000 feet? Damn.
Could you
Jeez.
imagine falling 6 miles?
That's 10 kilometers. About, almost.
What's that movie with Bruce Willis?
Die Hard.
Under siege.
Well, I thought it was that one,
Cop
considering it was hard for her to
Is he
die.
like glass or something, but he can't.
Oh, Unbreakable.
Oh, Unbreakable.
Cop Out was great though. Very underrated movie.
Cop Out?
Who was in that?
Tracy Morgan and Bruce Willis.
Never saw it.
It was great.
Really?
It's funny. Yeah. I mean, it shouldn't have won an Oscar or anything, but it was funny.
Did it win one?
No.
Okay.
No. That's how we judge greatness in movies, not how much it makes you laugh. But I thought it was hilarious. So
Oh, you're talking about just the Oscars?
yeah.
Nah.
Nah. You okay?
Yeah, I'm trying to
What
find
are
out
you
how I get
doing?
to the
Yeah.
comments.
I don't know, but we can see your phone, so
Oh, that's my bad.
what do you
I'll put it down. Anyway, where were we? You can fall 33,000 feet. Misdemeanors. Only a misdemeanor to pull that thing on an airplane and ride the fun slide.
Yep.
Don't quote me. I won't be your legal representation. But you know what else was what?
Mike Miller said Matt is a warehouse of useless information.
For sure. You don't have a head that big with just useful stuff in it.
Is that a fat joke because I'm a warehouse? Rude?
On a full moon.
Rude. But you know what else is a misdemeanor? Tackling Dave Chappelle on stage. That'll get you 4 misdemeanors, apparently.
And an ass beating, yeah. Like,
So I
that
wonder,
dude did not look well in the
and I'm
pictures
curious
afterwards.
if he presses charges on the people that beat him up, what they will be charged with.
Yep,
You-
that's
Felony assault.
That's
on
the
someone
wildest
that
part of this whole
committed a
thing, yeah.
misdemeanor?
Misdemeanor assault.
Well, they only got him with 4 like apparently like whoever's like charging him like from what I read this morning is not pursuing like felony. Like it's like 4 different misdemeanors. So I'm like charging someone on stage is like more of a crime than riding that slide. But I mean, I guess that makes sense.
Does it?
I don't know. Airports to me are always like, I feel like you do anything at an airport, it's a felony.
Felony.
Like that's
yeah.
that's what I thought because like people are so
I'm afraid to accidentally cut in line.
like oh you farted on the plane?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Air marshal.
I thought I was going to get a felony for having salsa that was too big.
Ooh, was it less than the
No,
1
it
point?
wasn't.
What? How many ounces you get?
You get 4 ounces.
Really?
Yeah, it's 4 ounces.
I feel like that's a lot.
Or is it 3.4? There's a 4 in the number.
Genius idea. You start making beers in little mini cans, like those little mini sodas they used to do,
tiniest, yeah.
that are just like a half, like not even a half of an ounce less than like the carry-on amount. So you have a bunch of like these individual beers that you bring.
Warm beers.
You bring them in. You bring them in cold, David.
Just bring little liquor things, right?
Well, that's illegal to drink on the plane.
But beer's not.
I don't know.
Beer has alcohol
is.
in it. Yeah, I think it's
You can
the
get them
same
through
thing.
security. You can't drink them on the plane. It doesn't make sense.
3.4 ounces.
Whatever.
3.4.
Anyway, Dave Chappelle is the attacker, 4 misdemeanors, and an ass beating.
Yep.
And did you hear about who also helped apparently jump him though?
Yeah, Busta
Stewart.
Rhymes,
Are you serious?
That's what I heard.
Chris Rock, Busta Rhymes.
Chris, you heard a
Jamie
different.
Foxx.
I heard Jamie Foxx, and there was one other one, and it was not anyone that you mentioned.
Jada Pinkett Smith.
The guy actually got jumped.
Huh?
He fell down in front of a couple other celebrities behind stage.
Yep.
And they put his arm on backwards.
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw the picture of him on the stretcher, but his like one arm was like literally like that.
His elbows pointing forward.
And they had that broken arm handcuffed to the gurney.
He had on little fingerless gloves. I thought that was pretty funny.
Yeah, he did have fingerless gloves on.
Well, he probably drove a Miata to get there.
Probably.
Or a Porsche Boxster convertible.
Shots
What?
fired.
What? What else would you wear fingerless gloves to drive
He's not
around?
even here, Matt.
I don't even
to
know what you're
defend
talking about.
himself.
But he is.
Anyway, they handcuffed his broken arm to the gurney like he's going to do anything with it, and then his whole head of it, like side of his head, was like absolutely swollen.
We don't know that he didn't show up like that.
We don't know. He could have hit it.
Well, I mean, I don't think he showed up with his arm backwards.
No, that probably knew.
Because
But
that would be...
he could just have that misshapen head disease.
Encephalitis?
Encephalopathy. That's tough to say.
That is tough to say. So I was just
Anyways.
surprised that he tackled him. Dave pulled up the picture. Tackled him. I don't know what happens then because I don't know if there's video or because if there is, I didn't see it. But like he gets backstage somehow, and then there's other celebrities back there, and then like authorities show up, and he comes out looking like that picture.
So it looked like he tackled him, or attempted to tackle him, and then kind of got up and ran around the other side, and then all the celebrity people ran around this side.
Really?
Caught him in a corner, like in a back corner, and it wasn't
Yeah.
really backstage. It was
No,
more
you
like
could see the
Oh.
silhouettes.
stage right.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so if you go on
Yeah.
Twitter and
I'm gonna have to watch
the
that video, yeah.
It's grainy because it's shot from far away and it's a cell phone video, but you can definitely be like, oh well, he didn't get
Oh,
caught.
he's
Yeah.
yeah.
Like,
Ugh.
he got 20 feet.
Yeah, you see a very stereotypical, like, arms up, big stomp.
Yeah.
And you're like, ooh, okay, cut that right now.
I think that's
Yeah.
what did it to his head.
Yeah.
It's probably gonna be one of those things considering who may or may not have been involved. They're just gonna settle outside of court. Like that guy got the clout he wanted for tackling Dave Chappelle, and they'll probably just be like, "Here's some money to just shut up and go away,
I don't know.
and we'll pay your medical bills." You think he's gonna pursue legal action? Yeah.
He'd be crazy too, but
Well,
it's
yeah, I
crazy
know.
times, man. We see the strangest
Yeah,
stuff ever.
Dave
now.
Chappelle gave props to Jamie Foxx, Busta Rhymes, and Jon Stewart.
Are you kidding me? You were not lying about Jon Stewart. What an OG.
Dude, Jon Stewart, my guy. I've always liked him.
Jeez, that's
I hope
funny.
he's the one that got his arm.
He's the one that had the arms up.
Yeah,
He's
just-
stomping.
yeah.
They're like, oh man,
It definitely didn't
John.
look like a Jon Stewart silhouette doing that part.
Dude, that's
but
too
I
funny.
could be
Like,
wrong.
I ain't funny now, am I?
Yeah, right?
It's just crazy to me that, you know, Will Smith would get up and slap Chris Rock in front of other celebrities, and like they just let him go on stage a couple minutes later and take his award, and then like this guy does it to Dave Chappelle, and he literally gets jumped in the corner
And gets no award.
and gets and then they get no award.
Did you hear what Chris Rock said on stage right after that?
Oh, he was there too?
Yeah, he grabbed the mic and was like, "Was that Will Smith?"
yeah.
I was hoping he would be like, "Where were you guys at the Oscars?" You know, like,
Different
how,
crowd, man.
how
Different
come you
crowd.
didn't jump Will
ourselves.
Smith?
Yeah.
No, I mean it makes it. I'm like, when is it acceptable to do that? Like, is what this guy did to Dave Chappelle any different than what Will Smith did to Chris Rock? In your own opinions,
I mean, he had a knife.
Yeah, I was gonna say he brought weaponry.
who did?
The guy that
I obviously
Got
only
smashed.
saw the smashed
Yeah.
face photo. I didn't know he had a
Yeah.
knife.
yeah,
Yeah, there's a bunch of stories on the internet about what took place.
it's wild. You can read him right now.
Yeah,
I was just hoping you would fill me in.
He had a knife.
yeah. It was looked like a gun, but it was a flip out.
One of those
knife.
sweet, the sweet
You're
flea
kidding me.
market.
You're kidding
gun-shaped
me.
Not
Pocket
even,
knives. Yeah,
not even a little bit.
He had one of those flip out gun pocket knives.
Yeah,
he's the only person that's ever bought one with the intent to use it.
right.
We all know the knives. You go to any flea
Yeah.
market and
Oh,
it's
yeah.
there.
Yep.
It's
Yep.
right next to the lighters, like the novelty lighters.
It's like, look, my pistol's got a bayonet.
The independent gas stations around town.
Yes.
Yep, they have them in a nice.
It's
glass
right
case.
next to the little roses, the little roses and the little glass tubes.
Yep.
And the CBD gummies.
I've still never seen those.
You've never seen the roses.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, the
but
crack
no.
roses.
Yeah.
Either.
You've never seen them either?
Nope.
You're going to see them one day and you're going to be like, oh.
Can you bring one in? Show us.
Yeah.
I could probably go to a couple gas stations that I would assume sell them.
Yeah.
They're
Like,
gonna-
I could
they
make a
got-
short list of, like,
Next
if
time
I
I'm
had
on
to
the
find
show,
one,
that'll
I
be
would be
my
like,
gift
these
to
are my
everybody.
top 3 spots that I would go.
Like, we got rid of those years ago.
I don't think they did.
They're vaping it now.
Yeah, right.
Oh.
Yeah, so the refillable vape cartridge.
The new Jewel crack pod.
That explains Dave's energy this morning.
he vaped some crack on the
It
way
is a
in.
literal crack pod. This one.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I had another train of thought, and I just lost it because we started talking about crack.
Who knew?
That'll do it.
Well, I'm not on crack. I was
is
just
whack.
talking about
Let's-
crack.
Let's set that precedent now.
I don't know what the president has to do with it, but whatever.
Strapped up.
Yes, strapped up. That is, I don't know, like, I can't, the word I'm looking for. Apparently, Ronnie D, Daddy DeSantis,
Okay.
is trying to make it to where you can just carry a gun with open carry, concealed
constitutional carry.
Constitutional carry, that's what I'm looking for. In Florida, like no training, no license, no registration, no concealed anything. Just like you want to put a gun on your hip like you're some Texas Ranger, go for it.
Sounds cool.
Yep.
Not. That was sarcasm.
I'm all about people having guns, but I mean, there's some people that I'm like, I'd rather you not walk out in public with that gun.
Yeah, I feel the same way about Facebook though too. Like some
Yeah,
people just
for
shouldn't
sure.
have Facebook. You know what I mean?
Then you get a little in the weeds about who can and can't have something. But yeah, that's supposedly a thing. But then again, like having taken the concealed carry class, like I'm like that thing was a joke too, though.
Oh,
like
yeah,
they
it's-
didn't teach you
No.
Yeah, no.
nothing about. I thought it was like you'd learn things.
They need a couple bucks to run some paperwork. and
That's
show that You
it.
paid a couple bucks so that you can get your permit.
Okay,
That's
so
it.
I'm not the only
So
one.
what? You missed all the targets.
Yeah.
I had a friend that was just like he did it at like one of the gun shows, and he's like, "Yeah, you basically paid $20. They talk to you for 5 minutes. You shoot a .22 revolver into a garbage can, and then they give you your paper. They're like, here you go,
it.
you're certified.
He
You're
must have
good.
did it over in like Citrus County or something.
No, I don't think it was here in Ocala. But like now that I say that out loud, I'm like, okay, yeah. I mean, I guess we're just removing that step because that wasn't
Yeah.
like a big barrier for any. I mean, it wasn't a barrier for me, and if I can do it, then most anyone can.
Yeah.
So.
It's not like it's a graded test. Like you don't have to
No.
Right.
pass that class. You just have to attend.
You just,
that
I
class.
think the requirement is you don't have to, as long as you don't shoot somebody while taking the test, you pass.
That's pretty much it. I've never heard of anyone
But I
that
feel like
had
that's
to
a good
retake
baseline.
it.
I guess you're right. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a very low bar, though.
I mean, Yes,
This is a very low bar.
but we have the right to bear arms. So
We do. But that goes into the next thing that was on that was there's a gun range that's trying to get permission to allow flamethrowers at the range. And I'm
for
all
it.
about that.
Yeah, let's go.
No, I think they're in not like Marion County, like one of the adjoining counties.
Oh, that's pretty.
Yeah,
late,
pretty
man.
close. Yeah, pretty close.
Sounds
Like
like
in
some
Florida,
Sumter
and it's some
County stuff.
Florida stuff. I think it might
That's
be
my
something.
people.
I think it might be Sumter County.
Yeah, that's my people.
So you're owning that. You're like, yeah, they
Yeah.
want the flamethrowers.
We're working on it. Give me some time. I was going to debut it later. But
Yeah. So I'm all for that because like right now it's like where can you safely discharge a flamethrower?
I mean,
You can buy it
Backyard.
from Rural King, by the way.
really,
yeah.
Y'all didn't know this?
Oh, no.
Yeah,
Behind Workspace Collective.
That is a good spot. There's a
Ooh.
concrete wall surrounding the entire thing.
Just as long as you don't hit a CrossFitter as they run by. That's part of the
That's part- I was
CrossFit
gonna say, it's
game.
part of the- they've
Y'all
trained
got to
for
jump
that.
over this flame.
Yep. Listen, they're for it just as much as you would be. I promise.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, yeah, it was. But no, I was reading this article because it's a gun range that was like trying to get like flamethrowers allowed there and like special events and even camping and stuff like that. But this was like the same gun range that was like they got busted for operating a actual gun range without any licensing or permitting, and it's very near or in a neighborhood.
I feel like if you go
cool
to
with it.
Summerfield though, like you'll come across some of those.
But like they were operating an actual business for a while, and then
Yeah.
finally, I just was like amazing to me that more neighbors didn't complain, and maybe they did, and the cops just like ignored it because they're like, well, I mean, a bunch of people out there with guns, we're not gonna.
People
But how
that
many-
usually have the land to shoot a gun,
Yeah.
on, their
Right.
neighbors are probably into the guns as well. Just
Well, in the
so
article
they
I was
probably-
reading, no, because like one lady said her window blew out, like broke. And I'm like, I don't think that's a gun doing that. Like they're probably setting off some explosives or shooting like thermite
tannerite or
or
something,
tannerite or
yeah.
whatever that is.
Low-flying jet.
Could have been.
But then as you go on, they read about how they want to use flamethrowers there, and I'm like, okay, this all makes sense now. It's
That's
that
not
kind
going
of
to break anybody's window.
No,
You're good.
but it's
Lake County, the Treasure Island Gun Range.
thank you, Anthony. Someone knows that.
Yeah,
Where's Lake County?
just south of here.
Is that
It's like Leesburg.
Leesburg.
Yeah,
that kind of
Eustis,
checks out? Eustis.
Tavares,
Yeah.
yeah.
You get back in some of those wooded areas, and like, yeah, it's
Yalaha. That's the
you just
spot.
made that up.
No, I didn't.
That's a motorcycle.
Matt's got an 84 Yamaha in the garage. Just leaking oil like crazy.
No, it's Japanese. It doesn't leak.
Shoots flames.
Yeah.
I wish. So yeah, we're gonna go there once they get a flamethrower. I have access
do
to
it.
one.
We can just. Can we just go get one at Rural?
You can actually. They're like $300. I think they're not that
You
expensive.
don't even need a range then.
Yeah.
I was surprised because I get like their like emails and it was just like, oh hey, on sale flamethrower, and it's just like one of those things I did. I was like, is this April Fool's? Like, is this real?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
you
it's
just
Real
put-
King, man.
No, it's like it's army green and everything. Like it's got like a little gas gauge on it. You fill it up with some kind of fuel.
The backpack.
No, it's all handheld.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I feel like the old backpack.
It's like the
Dude, I
the
am not
Bobo Elon
strapping-
Musk flamethrower.
That looks like a Nerf gun.
It does. That's what's scary about that one.
I don't.
That boring flamethrower just looks like a super soaker.
It does. I mean,
That
it looks
shoots
rad.
Fire.
Yeah, it looks rad. I don't know which one shoots fire farther though. I mean, we'd probably need. If anyone's listening and has one or both of those flamethrowers, preferably, we need to do side by side comparison.
Yeah.
That would be fun.
That-
Yep.
I just really want to like. I don't care about the comparison. I just really want to shoot a flamethrower.
I'll bring the fuel. It's fine. Like I'll provide fuel for
I'm
you.
not strapping any fuel on my back though.
No.
I am. I want all of it.
No, I think those people in war times, like when flamethrowers were used, I don't know how they actually moved with their balls being that big, because they're like, yeah, put 2 tanks of flammable gas on my back and send me out into a field where people are shooting bullets that can go through tanks of gas and explode. Like, no.
Well, hopefully those tanks are bulletproof.
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Maybe they should be.
Really
we should
thin
write that
aluminum.
down. Yeah. They're just bags. It's actual bags of fuel.
There's some guy behind the line, and he's like, noted, make flammable gas
Yeah.
bulletproof. Got it. Check for next time.
the
Yeah, I know.
Pentagon
It's-
right now is writing that down.
Matt, run towards the enemy.
Yeah.
I don't know how the military works, but is that like something you're assigned? They're like, you're the flamethrower guy, and you're
Yeah.
just like, shit. You know, like you have no
You got
choice.
stout legs and a good back. You carry the gas. I'd be screwed.
Oh, dude, I don't know. I would feel like, can you appeal that? Be like, no, I'd rather not. I'd rather. Yeah, can I just have a regular rifle, please?
Yeah,
I don't want the
anything.
flamethrower. Yeah, hard pass on that. Oh man, that's terrifying.
Plus, how close do you have to get to the enemy? How far do those shoot?
I think the military, like, well, obviously the military ones shoot farther than anything you can buy from Rural
least 20
Key.
feet.
I think they do go like 30 feet, but still, like, that's pretty close.
Guys, problem solved. Kyle Corley said, with a little ingenuity, you can make your own flamethrower
What?
with a super soaker. My brother and I made one back in high school.
I don't trust myself enough with
Kyle?
that process at all.
Y'all put flammable gas in a super soaker. Y'all crazy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go do it myself as well for science, but that's crazy.
I'm sure there's a tutorial on YouTube for how to do it by now.
And then we just
hold the match.
no. I mean, I think we've all done it with like the hairspray, the aerosol deodorant, and the Bic lighter, you know.
Yep.
But
Allegedly.
what you? Yeah,
I don't know. I
allegedly.
feel like there's probably something illegal about that.
Get
Yeah,
a
everything.
misdemeanor.
Yeah, have you ever seen one of those cans blow up?
Yep.
Ugh. Yeah, I was at a wedding when someone threw an air horn into a bonfire.
Oh, smart.
Yeah, it was terrible.
What did it sound like?
Yeah, it sounded like a small bomb. I mean, it was just one of those things. We're all sitting around the fire and like we're all kind of like it's like the after party. You know, we'd all been drinking. It was a wedding, and next thing you know, like there was firewalking going on before this, and then an air horn canister ends up in the middle of the bonfire, and it was just like I just turned to Lauren and I'm like, get down, and like just tackled her behind this log, and I go boom, blows up, and this air, you know, the can shot like 40 feet in the air, but yeah, I don't mess with that no more.
Yeah, no, I don't blame you. That's why I don't mess with air horns. It's terrifying.
Yep.
Just got to know what you're doing. It ain't so scary. Well then, that's like words to live by.
Sounds like the best redneck uncle ever. You know what I mean? Like,
Redneck inflection was my own,
yeah.
but yeah, that's you just got to know what you're doing.
That's it, man.
That's
And I
simple.
feel like if anyone knows what they're doing, it's Kyle Corley.
Yeah, he's the honorary fact checker too, though,
Yeah, he
with useless information. Well, I mean that's more useful than useless because who doesn't want a super soaker? Post the plans for us, or just message me privately. I don't want everyone knowing.
That would be a good look.
Burn the city down.
Yeah, could we be in trouble for that? For like inciting flamethrowers?
Sure. Why are you looking at me?
I don't know, Dave.
You're
Because you're like the
executive
executive producer. You're the one with the answers.
Everything falls back on you at some point, so you better know.
So cool.
Yeah.
Super
Super.
On the Battle of the Brushes.
Yes, because I know that's coming up. That's happening tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
And I'm hoping you can. You started to fill me in, and I wanted to save it for there. So fill us in and give us a quick rundown of this battle because I heard people are actually fighting tomorrow.
They're not.
They're fighting with their
I
art.
mean,
There's some misinformation out there.
I'm
Yeah.
just kidding.
Yeah.
Me, we're the
So-
misinformation.
Yeah, it's us.
Battle of the Brushes tomorrow at 8th Avenue Gallery from
Awesome.
2 to 11. So you've got all day to come.
Pop in, pop out.
Pop
I
in,
like
pop
it.
out, and then pop back in.
That's what's up.
So there are 9 artists. I could give you a rundown, but it's a lot. So 9 local artists are basically competing. Each
Okay.
one has a 4x4 canvas,
4 foot by 4 foot or 4 inch by 4 inch?
4 foot by 4
Okay, just checking.
so they're all completing a painting tomorrow between 2 and 9:30.
How many hours is that?
7.
Wow.
And a half.
That's actually quite a bit of time. I think there's
Yeah.
gonna be some pretty awesome artwork because like I've seen people when they do like paintings in an hour or 2 hours, and those come out really good. But like you're giving these talented artists 7 hours.
Yeah.
Whew.
And then it's all people's choice. So anyone that attends can then choose their favorite artist, almost like the Wiener Wars were. Like you pick your favorite.
So
artist.
there's no like official panel of judges. It is literally
Correct.
like
It
people's
is
choice.
Completely people's
Okay.
choice.
So what is that at 8:00 when they everything's like brushes down, battle's over.
At 9.
At 9.
9:30 winners will be announced.
That's awesome.
And then Joel will be performing or playing music from 8 to 11. So he's going to close down the show.
That's amazing.
I think
Best DJ in the tri-state area.
But he's not a DJ.
Not a DJ. You watch your mouth.
Glizzy Gillespie is also playing, and then Sam Carlson and his Borderline brothers, who are friends of Justin's. I
Wow.
believe they're out of Key West. So they're coming up. They'll be playing in the middle of the day. Artist-wise, Justin Alsadek, Jade Amber, Drake Arnold, Mel, Chris Hirschberger, Ryan Newman, Andrew Raymond, Jordan Shappett, and Teddy Sykes.
Woo! What a lineup.
So they'll all have they will all have art in the gallery as well.
Okay.
There's going to be event merchandise. All the proceeds are going to MCA and Max.
That's awesome. So it's fundraiser too. I love all of these events that have been happening recently that are all like fun local events, but then are also now backing local, organizations and charities. Like,
Yeah, I love
get
that
out and
lineup
support.
too. Like that's such a diverse lineup of artists. Like
And musicians.
You're gonna get 9 distinctly different
vastly
pieces.
different.
And it's free for people to view.
Yep.
That's
Yep. So the Infinite Ale Works is providing beer, and then
What?
David and Lisa Midget Foundation is providing other drinks.
wow. Okay, well that was quite the rundown and way more than I actually knew about. So I appreciate that.
Mexican is coming. They'll be there, food truck, and Kona
Thank you
Ice,
for
too.
clarifying. I was
Yeah. I was like, I don't know who that is.
I thought that was the DJ.
It's a band.
Sweet.
So what kind of food? I'm gonna take a guess. Mexican and Puerto Rican food.
There you go.
I was thinking spaghetti. That would
There
be good.
is a local food truck that is Chinese and Puerto Rican food.
Wow.
Have you not seen that?
No.
I can't recall its name.
So, side note, I was in St. Cloud, like Kissimmee area this weekend. We
Gotcha.
went to a place called World Food Trucks, right? We walked up and street level, there's like 4 food trucks, ultimately disappointing.
Yeah.
But then you turn, sorry about that, you turn to the right and there's like a breezeway that says more food trucks this way. We wandered through like this 30-foot breezeway and we were magically transported to the streets of Puerto Rico. There were like 40 food trucks back there, all of which were different like Puerto Rican
Yeah.
food. One was a Puerto Rican Chinese food truck.
That's
which
probably
is-
the one in
It's
Ocala.
called Por la China,
No, I don't know.
which I was told translates to for the Chinese, which I thought was kind of weird, but it was very good.
Is it a red food truck?
No, it's yellow.
Okay, I would say the one in town
Yeah.
is like red, and it's got like the El Moro Fort and then like the Great Wall of China on it, if I recall
Yeah.
correctly. But it is like, it's like this weird hybrid food truck.
Man, some sweet and sour chicken with some sweet plantains.
That would be good.
That would be good.
Yeah.
Yep.
So-
I just finished a giant arepa. That's how you're supposed to say it.
Not a rapa?
Not that. That sounds terrifying
arepa?
when you say it like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a rapa.
Yeah. Exactly.
He just had a big
But
arepa.
it was huge. Loved it. It was delicious. I could not eat any Puerto Rican Chinese food.
I love food trucks, though. I mean,
Yeah.
I wish we had. Well, we kind of do have something like that in the Kmart Plaza once in a while. It's not that big though.
Former Kmart Plaza.
Former Kmart
It's
Plaza.
the Ocala Mall now.
Is that gonna really happen? You sound
Mall
confident.
is such a diverse word. It really could.
Mall
happen,
is
yeah.
a diverse word.
They're like the mall in Washington. Not one store.
Right.
Wow. 0 stars. Would not recommend.
Yeah. I went there for a new pair of Nikes. Got
Yeah,
nothing.
I couldn't find the hot topic.
Wore out my Nikes. Looking
Yeah.
for the Nike store.
For sure.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, I don't know. It's well, I'm waiting for that mall to open.
Oh, yeah. It's going to be lit.
You think so?
Poorly.
I'm sure they'll-
Poorly lit. Probably,
lit.
probably missing a few bulbs.
Isn't it? Isn't it an indoor flea market?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Indoor miniature horse riding.
No. What?
No, I'm just joking.
Okay.
I was like,
I was
Spoken
gonna
into
reel
existence,
back
It's coming.
everything and be like, no one mentioned miniature horse riding inside
did you know they have axe throwing at the mall now?
Yeah.
the Ocala
I
Paddock
just saw
Mall.
it yesterday. Yeah.
Yeah. It's where the old radio station was, right outside
Yep.
the food court.
Really?
That's wild.
Yeah.
Is the food court still there?
Oh yeah. It's popping.
Yeah. Yeah,
Get you
they're
a
outside
Charlie's
Chick-fil-A.
Steaks or whatever.
They have a Mexican Puerto Rican place in there.
Yep. I think you can get boba now.
At the mall.
You know what?
I think so.
It's probably why it's not doing so good. I try not to go to the mall because like every time I go, it just keeps getting more and more depressing.
Yeah. No, it still is. What was it day before yesterday? I was there and I was like, yeah.
Yeah, like, do we really need a couple dollar stores in here? I don't know if the dollar stores are still in the mall, but there was one time I did go a couple, like it was a year or so ago, and there was like dollar stores in the mall, and I was just like, do we really need it? Y'all used to have a bookstore and a toy store and
Two
like
bookstores.
and an arcade, but whatever.
Yep.
There also used to be a Walgreens in our mall. Way back in the day.
CVS on the other side.
Always.
I've just blocked this out of my memory. Anyway,
Used to be a pet store in there.
So Dave mentioned mini golf, and you've got it on the board. Not so many anymore.
yeah, and I can't remember the name of it. So Tiger Woods is backing some new I think it's Pop Golf.
That sounds right.
Okay, yeah, I don't know. I guess it's like a Florida-based company, but I found out about it because they're opening a location in Tampa and Orlando, and I didn't know what it was. I was like, oh, cool, Top Golf Pop Stroke.
R.I.P.
Turn on private browsing when you Google that one. Pop Stroke.
Eat, putt, drink.
Ooh,
Okay.
Okay.
But yeah, so I
all
thought it was
three
going to
of
be
those
like
things.
Top Golf, but it's apparently, it looks like bougie mini golf, but without what makes mini golf fun, because I didn't see one pirate, one crashed plane, not one waterfall or mountain or anything like
windmill.
that.
Yeah,
No
plow
windmill.
mouth.
It just looked like an actual golf course, but like the wavy bits and the sandy bits, and they just like kind of smashed it together. Yeah, like the wavy hills, you know? But they smashed it together, and then they put like a restaurant on it.
Yep.
But it's apparently...
Somebody hungry?
I'm starving. Yeah.
Okay, I thought that might have been me. And I'm like,
It's a combination of Cinco de Mayo and Celsius.
yeah, I would say them bowels is moving.
It's breakfast time.
So yeah, it was apparently miniature golf, though. It's all putting. They have like a Jumbotron leaderboard, but then they can bring you your food while you play and drink while you play. But you can also like eat at their restaurant.
I dig it.
Yeah, I like that. I would like it to be more fun. I definitely thought it was
That's
going
what
to be
I thought of, though. Like,
more like the Holy Moly TV show. Have you seen that?
No.
With, like Rob Riggle.
The Holy Moly donut shop.
that's exactly what I
it's
thought.
like
You
I
get
think
one
it's
free
called-
donut per shift.
I think it's called Holy Moly, but it's a like not a reality show, like a competition
Yeah.
show on TV where it's this massive over the top putt golf course, and they,
I did
battle
not
it
know
out.
how I've missed this.
Yeah, you guys, it's Rob Riggle commentating it, and he's the best at everything. So
I just feel,
yeah.
I don't know. I don't play regular golf, but I'm like, with the rise of Top Golf and now Pop Stroke, I'm like, is this like a sign that like OG golf might be going
I mean,
like waning in popularity, or is it strong as ever? I mean, like, I don't know, like
I think if anything, this just supports
regular
traditional
golf.
Yeah,
because like I like mini golf, but like I don't know. I'm not good at regular golf, and it's like, to me, I like enjoy driving the golf cart and like day drinking more than I do actually playing golf, because it's like a lot of just kind of standing around in the heat drinking while you're trying to find your ball.
Yeah, but no, I think Top Golf especially is like introduce people to just
Yeah.
the concept of golf, and they go and like I drive the ball okay, I've got okay accuracy. Let me go see what this looks like on a golf course, and then they go to places like Baseline,
Yeah.
which is awesome for everything. You
Really?
can play decent golf, but you also can buy cheap drinks and drive a golf cart like a maniac.
That's
and nobody cares.
That's what I need. Like, I don't need one of those like highfalutin fancy
No.
country clubs where they're like, you gotta keep your cart
Shout out
under
to
it.
Baseline Golf Course.
Where's that at? Other than on Baseline?
It's on Baseline. South of. It sounds funny to say, but like south of the landfill, more towards Bellevue.
Oh, wow.
Like at that little new flyover road.
Okay.
been there forever.
I had
It's
no idea
awesome.
that was out there.
Yeah, it's great.
You had no idea there was a golf course out there?
It's real close to a flying boat. That's the
Yeah, I don't. I
Flying boat
don't.
is what I was thinking.
I have no reason to be driving out there unless I'm going to Market of Marion.
The Bellevue Mall.
Yeah,
Yeah, the dirt mall.
Yeah.
Well, technically.
yeah. The
You know, I mean,
Summerfield Mall.
where else am I going to get the pocket knife that looks like a gun and fingerless gloves?
Fair.
Yeah,
It's called a callback.
and you nailed it.
Thank you.
Pop stroke looks fun. I feel like if you got good at Top Golf,
And then Pop Stroke.
you would.
And then you go to Pirates
Yeah.
Cove to like fine tune it all.
Yep, that's where you dial in the mental game. Is at Pirates Cove.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, I don't know. I might check it out, but you won't catch me on a regular golf course. That's for dang sure.
You say that now.
Yep.
What? You want to go golfing?
No.
You don't. You don't look like some of that golfs.
No.
No?
How dare you assume his golf?
Do you golf?
Yeah, a little bit.
You good?
No.
No.
Okay.
It's not
No.
about being good. It's about going out drinking. Go out with
See?
Joel. Joel is fun to go golf with. He's not great, no pressure. Just drink, have fun.
Not a DJ, but he is a golfer,
What would? What?
Not a good golfer.
Just a musician.
a vibe curator.
Vibe curator.
Yeah.
Okay,
I like it.
that's
Yep.
a title I wasn't aware of. So apologies
It's
for
his.
using the term DJ.
Yep.
Whew. You learn something new every day.
You do. That's the point of this show.
That's it.
We are an educational show first and foremost. News show second most.
Unwanted opinions is for the kids.
It's for the kids.
It is for the
It's safe
kids.
for little ears. I've seen that
It's
bumper
2022.
sticker.
Opinions are facts. Like truly, I think, if literally means figuratively now, opinions are facts.
What's that white kalau?
Kalau.
Bro, dude, white
kalau.
white collar. I actually want to talk about senior pranks.
Okay.
Yeah, let's do it. Senior pranks, or as you wrote it, senior pranks.
Senior pranks. Well, it's feeling Cinco de Mayo, so I put a little tilde on there.
Dig it.
I can say that on there. It's not a bad word.
No, you can say that. So,
Yeah.
till they call you out for it. Hey, there's a callback or something.
Just end right there on the high note. That's the best joke of the show. So, did you know where this prank took place?
Of course, in Florida, Ponte Vedra, from what I understand.
And what did they do, Johnny?
They caught and gutted I believe, mako shark.
It looked big.
Yeah.
It looked really
and
big.
hung it from the breezeway as you're walking into their school.
Yeah.
Ironically enough, their mascot is a shark,
Oh, wow.
so it kind of works, but also like big time dick move.
I mean,
Sorry.
you wouldn't slice it with a barracuda if your school's name is the Sharks. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
That wouldn't make
I
sense.
guess so.
Yeah,
I mean,
I just
we didn't murder a hurricane back in my day. So.
Yeah. No wildcats or bobcats were harmed at my school either. Not that I don't even know if you can find them. But yeah, I just I saw, like, I'm scrolling through and I saw the picture first before I read the headline, and it totally grabs your attention because I'm like, this is a big shark and it's just like wrapped in ropes, like haphazardly.
Yeah.
And like carabiners that looks like they bought from the Harbor Freights and somehow strung up from the rafters. So it's like, first of all, I'm like, I don't even know, like, logistically though, like, kudos to these kids. Like, y'all went out, captured a giant,
You need a
ferocious
big boat for a shark that big.
Well, that's the thing though, is it's like, I started thinking about, like, how does this even happen? Yeah, getting the boat, catching the shark, now getting the shark in the boat, killing said shark without getting bit, and then transporting it to the school without anyone noticing, and then hanging it from the breezeway.
Well, once you get a shark out of the water, you have a drastic tactical advantage.
Yes.
Ooh, good to know.
They're really only good
in the water?
Yeah.
Okay, so their teeth stop working and they can't use their jaw at that point.
Not as good as you would
Oh,
think.
okay,
yeah.
so then they're still pretty dangerous.
That's it.
I've seen sharks out of the water.
I have two.
Have you seen the video of the great white shark that gets in the swim cage?
Yeah.
I always thought one of those swim cages would
in
be
the
cool.
water. That's
I
what's
always thought
interesting.
going in one of those would be cool. Sorry.
You ever stroke?
Yeah, every day. It just keeps getting worse. And then I saw that video and I'm like, I'm not doing it. Yeah, the great white, like, hits the side of it, wiggles through the cage, and then is just thrashing about with divers in the cage.
He's just trapped. He didn't know what to
He's
do.
just trapped, and like the whole thing's shaking, it's frothing, and then you see blood coming up. And you're like, I don't know if that's diver blood or shark blood, because it's a giant great white shark in a teeny little cage. And the guys on the boat are just kind of like,
What are they
like,
gonna do? Yeah.
yeah, they, like, one guy looks like he's about to get in, then he's just like, just wait. And eventually the shark, like, just like belly flops out and then swims out, and then you're like, okay, well, is the guy gonna come up? And then all of a sudden the diver comes up. So
Well, there's another video too of this kid like jumping off the back of a boat because he thought he saw a basking shark. So he just jumped.
a
in.
what shark?
A basking shark.
Baskin Robbins.
So he
Made
jumps,
of ice cream.
He jumps
most
in,
delicious
and
shark.
his buddy is like, "No, it's a great white," and it was about a 15-foot great white. And you've never seen someone swim faster.
Yeah, no,
You've never seen someone swim faster.
I'm fairly comfortable in the ocean, and I think I'd be fairly comfortable in, like, shark waters, but like that stops as soon as it becomes a great white. Like,
For sure. If it's
I'm going to be cautious.
Yeah, right.
I'm going to be cautious of some other sharks, but like I'm not even entertained. I'm not even going to look at the water.
Would you? What is it? Noodling? Would you do that?
With a great white? No.
You don't noodle a great white.
Like, you are the dumbest.
That's called feeding.
Yeah.
It's called amputation.
No, I wouldn't noodle, and it's and the main reason is it's like having swam in many country lakes and rivers, and just like it's so, I don't know, like, it took me a long time to get over, like, the feeling of, like, seaweed touching my legs. I don't like that.
yeah, no,
you know what I'm saying? So it's just like, I can't imagine, like, the areas where these giant catfish are in, like, Alabama, like, silt bottom, and then, like, you pair up some, like, other, like, I don't know if they have any kind of, like, aquafauna under there, like weird seagrass type stuff, and then now you're gonna stick your hand in this, like,
Title of Joel's next album.
Aquafauna.
aquafauna. That's a vibe right there.
Sounds like a water deer. I think that's the first thing that comes to mind.
It's a water baby deer. Okay.
Yeah.
But no, I don't think I would. I don't think I would.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
It's not so much like the catfish biting my arm. It's like everything that goes into that. What if you stick your hand in there and it's a snapping turtle?
Oh, that's always been my thought.
But their mouths aren't that big. You're just punching a snapping turtle.
As someone who's grown up at Silver Springs and seen them pull an alligator snapping turtle out of that little pool, I'm pretty sure that thing could take your hand
So
off.
then just make sure the hole's small. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know, dude. I don't
That's
know.
hard to do in murky water, though.
Just fill around.
Those catfish cut you though. You ever seen their
a little
arm?
bit.
You ever seen their arm come
they don't
out though?
come out unscathed. Yeah, they're
Yeah, like they got, like, I don't know what it is inside the catfish that's cutting them, but they come out and like I saw the one guy and his arm was all cut up. I mean, not like deep cuts, it's like little superficial stuff, but still.
Alien, when they open their mouth and the little thing comes out, that's what's in a
Do you know what that is based off of?
No.
Eels. Eels, like I don't know what kind of eel it is, but like these sea eels have like this like little second jaw that like comes out. And that's what they kind of like base the whole xenomorphs from Aliens on. Mm-hmm. They got like, I don't know what it's called. He's fact checking me right now. It's true. I watch a lot of nature documentaries.
Don't do that.
Yeah, I wish the camera was.
a couple more times.
I wish the camera was on Dave right now. Can you put it on you real quick and show us your
Show them what I was doing.
No, absolutely
do it
not.
to the microphone.
Yeah.
It doesn't have a...
Yeah. No, I'm good.
It doesn't have the windsock so you could fit it.
Nope, I don't think so.
That's what he actually referred to.
Have you found it yet?
It's a moray eel.
Moray eel. That was gonna be my first guess. That's
No, it's not.
Love those eels.
that's not the same. Absolutely not the same. I'm looking at the picture right now.
Wow, it's got teeth
Yeah.
after its teeth.
Yeah. Extra
What's
teeth.
that word?
Pharyngeal.
Hold on. Pharyngeal. It's a pharyngeal jaw.
Yep.
That sounds like another good album. Pharyngeal.
That
Sounds-
sounds like a death metal band.
Pharyngeal?
Yep, jaw.
Yeah.
One of those logos
Oh.
you can't read. It's just like tribal.
That's how you
fonts.
determine how metal they are.
Yep.
Like if you could even see a letter, you're like, they're not
Posers.
that hard.
It's an emo band.
Yep.
You know, but if it just looks like a bundle of sticks, you're like, they're going to be thrash. Yeah. Anyhow,
Trash, bro.
whatever. Are we out of...
Got 3 minutes.
I don't know.
Anything else?
No, I'm not going to get into white collar crime.
What did
That's
you guys
too
do
much.
for senior pranks? How about that?
I think it has... What's the statute of limitations on that stuff?
It's passed.
Okay, it's
we're,
passed.
We're like 20 years out.
This is
I
nothing
think we
that-
could have murdered, and I think we're out.
So we had-
of being in trouble.
We had at Forest, we were the last graduating class of Old Forest High School, and so we had a very extensive senior week where
So your
like...
whole time there was just a prank on you guys.
Yes,
And that
but no, like
old
we had a whole
dilapidated
senior week. But one of the funnest things was we had a Braveheart day where like everyone met up like because it's like right near like all those houses, and we all met up near one of those houses like in like plaid and stuff like that, and split the whole group into two parties, and everyone was armed with like condiments like ketchup, mustard, like
Where
whipped
were you
cream,
going with that?
and then like and water balloons. Like it was basically like food stuff, condiments, and then like water balloons and whatnot, and split into two groups and marched separately into campus, lined up in the biggest field, like in the Old Forest, like in two sides, and like people are like running up and down the lines with like flags, like cheering, like yelling freedom, and like literally like that scene in Braveheart, and then collided in like this giant like condiment water balloon battle, and it was like so much of like a ordeal that like class like didn't actually start for all the other grades for like an hour because everyone was like looking out the windows and like outside the class and not actually going in even though the bell rang because they were trying to watch what was going on. But prank wise, like I don't know, someone put a giant penis in the lawn with gasoline, which kills grass. So like the kids came to school and it was just like in that same field where the Braveheart battle was, there was like
Nice.
this giant wang that they
You guys
put
were
in there.
fighting over a giant penis.
I think that was.
That sounds about right. That's par for the
I don't know if
course.
that was, I don't know if that
Yeah.
came before or after Braveheart Day, but like yeah, that was like someone did that. They went into campus with like gas and did that, and it just killed all the grass off. But it's just like it's just gonna be a technical institute later. No, I don't know. Like
Yeah. No, somebody took one of the cows from our agriculture program upstairs
ooh,
because cows can't walk downstairs. So they had a cow stuck upstairs like overnight.
is this Lake Weir?
Yeah. Which again makes perfect sense.
I would say we did
Yeah.
not have access to cows. Otherwise, that probably would have
We
happened.
had several. I wish we'd have taken them all upstairs, but they only
How did they
took
get
one.
it down?
The elevator.
Y'all had an elevator?
Yeah. Nobody got to use it unless you were in like a wheelchair. You had to have an elevator pass.
Took a cow to
You had an
Or unless you took a cow to class. Yeah.
Does that not go over the weight limit of the elevator?
I don't think so.
You had to move it somehow.
Goodness. Wow.
Yeah. They had a hard time steering them in there, though.
What kind of mints were you talking about earlier?
What?
Condom mints?
Chewy all day.
I was gonna say we're just gonna end on that, Joe. I can't even say anything after that one. Thanks for tuning in, guys. We'll be back next week, and we'll have some live guests as well. We hope to see you there.